Good morning, Michelle Robinson in Ward 10. Got a questionnaire from the Calgary Sun and the Calgary Herald, and I wanted to do a quick video response for those who may not get an opportunity to read it or would just prefer video as the medium. They have 10 questions, and the first one is, if elected, what is the one issue confronting the city that must be resolved during your term? I said the city is faced with an empty downtown core, the square footage size of Vancouver's downtown. Calgary Economic Development told me that, which will affect the taxes across the city. This is the number one issue of the city that we must work on a plan towards, and it's probably something that will be ongoing as well. While improving, Calgary's economy is still needing some work here. What is the most important thing that council can do to improve Calgary's economy? Attract new business to the downtown core, but I think we need to look into rezoning parts of the downtown to include more than just business. We have to consider families, affordable housing possibilities, and a look into the safety with an intersectional lens. The third question is, council spends a great time of resources hashing out secondary suite applicants. How would you change the process, if at all? Secondary suites is an agenda item on council that is an issue of teamwork. While there has been some progress and motions initiated, we have to work with the newly elected council to get this process more streamlined in the subdivision and appeals board process. I would work with former Alderman Dale Hodgkins, currently serving in the subdivision and appeals board process, along with others serving on the board, along with the new council, to find safe and constructive ways to get these approved in a moral, constitutional, legal, and ethical way. Are you for or against restoring fluoride in Calgary's water system? I hear the concerns of parents and health officials that feel that all people should have 0.7 milligrams per liter of fluoride in our water, as they feel fluoride naturally occurring in the bow and the elbow between 0.1 and 0.4 are not enough. I also hear the concerns of people who do not want to have more fluoride in the water. I'm a believer in choice. So if I was elected as a city official, I would be happy to invest the savings of the infrastructure costs that were regularly needed for the water facilities to maintain 0.7 levels, and I would put that money into the promotion and existing free services that Alberta Health Services has and promote healthy choices overall. What has been called the opioid crisis has claimed hundreds of lives in Calgary and Alberta. Would you support a safe injection site in your ward? Ward 10 has Peter Lougheed and many medical services in our area, along with an industrial business area, actually many industrial business areas, and I would support harm reduction services in our area as we are losing too many lives. This would require us working with federal and provincial governments as the laws are being changed to allow these options, and I'm prepared to work with all levels of government regardless of their political affiliation. Would you release your campaign donors list before the election? I'm assuming this is more for incumbents and mayoral candidates. That said, I can assure everyone that no business or union has put any money into my campaign, the First Nation Women's campaign, none. I've been completely funded by regular Albertans, Marthas and Henrys, and as I learn the process of how to release that information, I will do that. I'm going to follow the process, as this is my first time running. You have a friend coming to Calgary who has never visited the city before. What restaurants would you take them to and why? Well, in my area, we have a 5-minute drive to have any type of food in the world that you could possibly want. So I would ask them what they're craving. You're inviting several friends to join you for dinner. You live on the outskirts of the city and their car is out of service. They must travel 20 kilometers to reach the restaurant, and they've asked for your advice on the best way to get there. What would you recommend and why? I would just leave 40 minutes early and go get them. That, or assuming we're talking going over to Strathmore, ask my friends if they want to go to the train station, because that's some really good food. You arrive at the restaurant and the first course arrives and you notice one of your friends is double dipping in the shared appetizer. How do you react? Just ask the server for another dip. The main course has arrived and conversation turns into politics, specifically secondary suites. Your good friend tells the table that he's been fighting to convert his basement into a secondary suite and has been caught up in red tape at City Hall. Then confesses they've been renting it out despite it being illegal. Would you report it? Why or why not? As a counselor, I would be obligated to report it. Unfortunately, for all my friends out there, I can't know illegal things if I'm going to be your counselor. But that said, as a friend, I would want to help them understand the process, make a safety plan and bring that safety suite up to code. So those are the 10 questions and my answers, and I appreciate you watching 5 minutes and 30 minutes, or 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Thank you so much. Michelle Robinson for Ward 10.